Eclipse of Two Hearts. The city of Erebos Prime shimmered beneath a dying sky. It was humanity's masterpiece, a ringed city orbiting the burnt remains of Earth's moon, suspended by gravitational anchors and shielded by silver mist. The colonists called it the Mirror City, for every building was clad in mirrored alloy that reflected the stars they could no longer touch. Humanity had risen from the ashes, victorious after centuries of alien wars. But victory had come at a price. The Concord Edict, a law that forbade genetic mixing, cultural exchange, or emotional contact with any alien species. Aliens were now ghosts, hidden refugees in the cracks of human expansion. To speak with one was treason. To love one was death. And yet Commander Darren Holt, an elite pilot of the Solar Defense Corps, carried a secret he did not yet understand. A voice that sometimes spoke in dreams, a whisper in a language not meant for human throats. He didn't know it yet, but he had been chosen, by fate, by love, and by something older than both. His first encounter came during a storm. A magnetic flare had struck Erebos Prime, disabling half the orbiting stations. Darren's fighter craft, Solstice 1, was assigned to guide an energy convoy through the turbulence. That's when he saw her. A signal, faint but clear, pulsed through his comms. A voice, feminine, melodic, layered like chords of light. "Human vessel, your storm will consume you." Darren froze. The transmission wasn't on any human frequency. "Identify yourself," he demanded. "You would not believe me," Static hissed. His instruments flickered, and then he saw her, a figure of light standing atop one of the drifting solar arrays. No suit, no oxygen mask, just a silhouette of shimmering silver-blue energy in the shape of a woman. He blinked, and she was gone. The array powered back online. The convoy survived. Command called it a sensor illusion, but Darren couldn't forget the voice. He began to dream of it. 2 weeks later, the dreams became real. Her name was Ilara. He found her in the maintenance sector below the city's ring, wounded, cloaked in a projection field that flickered when she moved. When the cloak failed, her true form shimmered beneath. Smooth silver skin laced with faint light patterns that pulsed in rhythm with her breath. Her eyes, when she looked at him, were galaxies, silver shot through with crimson. "Don't call security," she whispered. "I'm not here to harm you." He hesitated, weapon drawn. "You're Arisian," she nodded slowly. Last of them. The Arisians had been humanity's greatest enemy at light-born beings from beyond the Kuiper Belt. They were thought extinct. After the solar purge, "You're supposed to be dead, Darren." "Said I was," she replied softly. "Until your people woke the stars." He lowered the gun. "What do you want from me?" Ilara's lips curved into a sad smile. "Nothing, except to not be alone." Darren hid her in his quarters, a cramped chamber filled with old star maps and ship models, relics of a time when humans still dreamed of exploration instead of control. For days she remained silent, cautious. She ate little, slept less, and flinched whenever the intercom hissed with distant orders. Yet, slowly she began to speak about her world, her people, and the light that once bound them to the cosmos. "The Arisians are not dead," she said one night, sitting in the dim light of his console. "We exist within the radiation, between wavelengths. Your machines can't see us unless we choose to be seen. Then why show yourself now?" "Because your kind has done it again," she whispered. "You've built a weapon that can tear the resonance between stars. If it fires, it will kill us all, human and Arisian alike." Darren stared at her. "You mean Project Aegis?" She nodded. "You're part of it." His stomach tightened. "The Aegis array was top secret. A planetary defense system designed to erase any alien signal within 100 light-years. How do you know about it?" Ilara's eyes glowed softly. "Because it was built using our technology." "And our dead." Days turned into weeks. What began as caution turned into quiet companionship. She would hum when she thought he was asleep, melodies that made the air itself shimmer. He found himself drawn to her voice, to the way she saw the universe not as lines and targets but as living frequencies. He began to ask her questions about stars, light, love. She asked about humans, their obsession with pain, their loneliness, their need to build walls against what they didn't understand. And one night, while watching the artificial sunrise flicker through the dome, he reached for her hand. It felt like touching sunlight through glass. Warm, trembling, impossibly real. "You shouldn't," she said softly. "I know." But he didn't stop, and when she leaned closer, her light merged with his shadow, their heartbeats aligning into one rhythm. That was the night the city's sensors found them. Security drones smashed through his quarters before dawn. Darren fought back, but they were ready. Ilara tried to phase, but electromagnetic disruptors pinned her to the ground, her body flickering like broken glass. They dragged her away. He was charged with treason, stripped of rank, and locked in solitary. The official report called her an energy parasite, her existence erased from public record. But the voice in his mind didn't fade. Every night he heard her whisper, "Find the eclipse. The heart of Aegis, I'll be waiting." Months later, during a citywide blackout, Darren escaped. He hacked the orbital controls, stole a flight rig, and launched toward the dark side of Erebos, where the Aegis array hung like a crown of dying suns. The weapon was ready. The Council planned to activate it during the solar eclipse, an event that would amplify its reach across star systems. He found her there, chained inside the energy core. Her body was barely stable, her light dim, her form flickering between existence and dissolution. "They used me," she whispered weakly. "My resonance, it powers the array." He rushed to her, tearing away the restraints. "We'll shut it down together," she smiled faintly. "You'll die, then I'll die with you." Their eyes met, human and alien, shadow and light, and for a moment, everything else disappeared. The array began to hum. Darren connected their biolinks manually, his systems burning out as their energy fields merged. He could feel her now, not just her thoughts, but her sorrow, her hope, her love that had existed since before stars had names. "I can stop it," she said, voice trembling through the static. "But I'll have to release my core. If I do, I won't come back." He gripped her hand. "Ilara, don't." She smiled through tears of light. "You once asked what love meant to my kind. It means to become the light that saves another." And then she kissed him, not with lips but with light. The array exploded into brilliance. Waves of gold and blue cascaded across the void. Every human ship, every Oresian echo felt it. The eclipse turned the galaxy to fire. When the light faded, Darren's ship drifted in silence. Ilara was gone. But when he looked at his reflection in the cracked cockpit glass, his eyes glowed faintly silver, her color, her voice lingered in his pulse. "We are not so different, you and I. You reach for the stars. I became one." He looked out at the ruins of the Aegis array and beyond it, the dawn rising over a wounded Earth. For the first time, humanity saw the Oresian lights dance across the skies, auroras in silver and gold. And somewhere, deep within him, Darren felt her heartbeat. They called it the Dawn Accord. Humans and Oresians rebuilt what war had broken. No one spoke of Commander Holt, or the alien who became a star. But travelers who passed near the ruins of the Aegis array swore they saw something strange. Two figures of light, orbiting each other in silence, their trails weaving across the void like threads of gold and shadow. Some said it was a trick of solar radiation. Others whispered it was love, eternal, impossible, and real. Even the stars remember what hearts have forgotten.